Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles the Banser, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a very serious show in store for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, looks like we got some serious drama. We got some serious drama between the NBA and its media partners. As you guys know, the NBA was finalizing a new 11-year deal worth roughly $77 billion. And they were looking to partner up with whoever was the highest bidder, right? And some of these companies that were slated to pay for the deal was going to be ESPN, who's willing to pay $2.6 billion. You had NBC Universal willing to pay $2.5 billion. And then you had Amazon, who was offering to pay $1.8 billion. You combine these numbers, you multiply it by the years, you get the number. So those were the companies that were looking to pay for the media rights. But then you had TNT, right? You had TNT, which featured the show Inside the NBA, which has been on TV, I believe, for decades now, featuring Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. We've also seen various iterations of that show. You've seen Chris Webber and seen so many other famous guys and memorable moments, right? Especially with Charles Barkley and the things that he says. And it's the #1 NBA show going. Like, it's just that simple. Best show out there, right? So when we got the news that the NBA was rejecting TNT's bid, because what had happened was TNT was given, I believe, 3 to 4 days to match the offer of Amazon. And then I guess what happened was they ended up matching the bid, and then they ended up getting rejected. So I want to quickly read from a Front Office Sports article. It says NBA rejects TNT sports bid, chooses Amazon for national TV media rights. In just 48 hours, the answer to TNT Sports and parent company Warner Bros. Discovery has arrived from the NBA. Thanks, but no thanks. The league has rejected Monday's attempt from TNT Sports to exercise its matching rights and supplant a rival bid from Amazon for a piece of the league's national media rights. In conveying its decision, the NBA said TNT Sports and WBD failed to meet the terms of the rival bid from the online streaming and retail giant. And then it says Warner Bros. Discovery most recent proposal did not match the terms of Amazon Prime's videos offer, and therefore we have entered into long-term arrangement with Amazon, the league said. Throughout these negotiations, our primary objective has been to maximize the reach and the accessibility of our games for our fans. Our new arrangement with Amazon supports this goal by complementing the broadcast, cable, and streaming package that are already part of our new Disney and NBC Universal arrangement. And then it says all three partners have also committed substantial resources to promote the league and enhance the fan experience, the NBA said. So that's what the NBA said. And with that news, we now no longer have Inside the NBA and TNT and all of that. And one of the people that has been up in arms about this news is Rob Parker from The Odd Couple. When Rob Parker got a hold of this particular information that the NBA had rejected the bid from Warner Brothers, he absolutely went off on the league and basically said that the league is prioritizing revenue than keeping legacy programs like Inside the NBA, which are shows that NBA fans seem to absolutely adore. So what we'd like to do now is like to play exactly what Rob Parker had to say here, and then to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to Rob Parker here.
But let's get going, all right? Aaron, let's start here. We know, I'm just going to tell it like it is. TNT played a dangerous game of chicken with the NBA, okay? If you have something that you really want, you don't play around. When negotiations open, how much is going to cost? Let's get this thing done. No, the president of, I know it's Warner, Discovery, I don't know the name of it, right? It's like a million names now, TNT, okay? He goes on the record and says TNT could survive without the NBA.
He did say that.
That was on the record.
I know.
Okay, so if I'm the NBA, okay, I got you. I heard what you said. Like a threat, right? That you don't come to the table, you don't do what we want. We'll move on. That's what it sounded like to me, like a threat. A veiled threat. So the bargaining starts and the other networks get involved. The NBC had been out for a gazillion years. Oh, my God, they want to sell Peacock. They want to be able to get people to buy the streaming service. So you got to give people a reason to pay the $5.99 or whatever it is. So in the last hour, TNT runs back and says, wait, there's a clause. We can match any deal, the big deal with Amazon, that Amazon grabbed their deal. We can match it. So they come up and say, here it is. We'll give you exactly what Amazon is going to give you. And guess what, Rob G? The NBA said, no way, no how. And then this press release, amazing.
Yeah, they said thank you, but no thank you. Here's the press release in part. Warner Brother Discovery's most recent proposal did not match the terms of Amazon Prime Video's offer, and therefore we have entered into a long-term arrangement with Amazon. They close it with, we're grateful to Turner Sports for its award-winning coverage of the NBA and look forward to another season of the NBA on TNT.
Which is next year, which is the last year. But, Aaron, I got to tell you right here, right now, if you're an NBA fan, and TNT is going to sue. I don't know why they're going to waste their money. Okay, you can't force somebody to want to be a partner. Like seriously, it's just going to be a waste of money. I have no idea why they would do that. The NBA has obviously doesn't want to be there. And if you're an NBA fan, financially and all that, and the future, I get why the NBA picked Amazon. They got gobs of money, global, all that. But if you're an NBA fan today, you got to feel like you got slapped across the face by the NBA. Because they just took away something that you were comfortable with, that worked. You talk about comfort food, mac and cheese. Don't tell me inside the NBA, like here, they had a chance. The NBA had a chance. It ain't like TNT said we're going to give you a third of the money. They were going to match the money. So the NBA wasn't going to lose any money by getting back in bed with TNT. And instead of doing what the fans want, how many people have tried to imitate inside the NBA and they can't do it? It's the best studio show we've ever seen. And the NBA had a chance to give it back to the fans that have watched it, adored it, have loved it. And they said, no. We don't care about Charles and the inside the NBA and Kenny and rekindling that. We don't care if the fans love this more than life itself. We don't care.
So you heard what Rob Parker had to say there. He didn't mince words. He didn't hold back. He called it exactly how he saw it. What are my thoughts on what Rob Parker had to say? I think that Rob Parker is speaking from the fan perspective, and to be fair to Rob, that seems to be a vantage point that he speaks from quite frequently, and it's something that you rarely hear people in media discuss. They always talk about how it's going to benefit the league and all of these different things, but he's speaking about it from a consumer standpoint. Right? People that already have TV have access to these shows, to these games. And now all of a sudden, you're going to have TV. Now, if you want to watch these games, you need to go pay a premium, which is around $15 a month. In this case, in Amazon to watch the show. Whereas before, you could watch it on television, right? If you have some type of cable package. Now, what is interesting is the following, and I don't know if Rob considered this or if it's part of the discussion as of yet. Warner Brothers owns HBO Max. And I subscribe to HBO Max, and I see that they have various games, various sporting events. What I'm unsure of is the following. What I'm unsure of is whether or not the base number of subscribers or base number of people that are subscribed to Amazon Max is on par with the number of people that Amazon has, because maybe that could have played a role in this entire negotiation. I don't know, right? I don't know. But if TNT matched the offer, then I guess it shouldn't matter. But to his point, it comes off as if the NBA doesn't care about these legacy shows, these shows that fans have loved for years. And, it's going to be very, very sad, to be honest with you, because let's just face it. If you want the rawest analysis of what's happening around the NBA as it pertains to the games or things that the players are doing, news that comes around the NBA, no one is going to give you a more raw analysis than what Charles Barkley, Shaq, and these guys give you. The fact that you see them arguing back and forth on television, going back and forth with each other, tells you how they generally disagree, how genuine, they are with the positions that they're taking. And to now supplant that, well, not even supplant it, because they're not supplanting it with anything, because it's now being replaced by just games, and we no longer get this show, is going to be very, 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 very sad. Now, I have another thought about this, which is this. Given the fact that there's going to be this void in the market space, does this create an opportunity? Right? Does this create an opportunity for someone out there or some company, whomever it is, to try to fill a void with a particular show that does a similar thing? Now, it's going to be kind of hard to replicate something like this, because you can't replicate Charles Barkley, you can't replicate Shaq and these guys. And also, it's important that I pointed out that Charles Barkley said he's retiring. So it's a tricky situation. I can understand how people feel on various sides, but what I want to know, number one, what do you think about the NBA's decision to reject the deal? And number two, what do you think about the points that Rob Parker brought up in his monologue? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.